Blame Truth here, and I've been wanting to make a video for a few days now. Been wanting to show you guys this gameplay in particular. It's a very good one. I quite like it. I was on point, and this M4A1 carbine is a beast. However, I've had no real material. It's been kind of quiet, kind of waiting on Season 1 of Battlefield, and kind of waiting on Call of Duty to do anything. However, upon doing my research today, I found out a lot of stuff I missed. And granted, you probably missed it too, because there just simply is no fucking hype for Call of Duty. In fact, there is so little hype, they have gotten away with complete and utter gaslighting bullshit lies yet again. I feel like I have said that so many times over the years, but they keep fucking doing it. I might have to open up a Blamewiser in this video because what I found, I'm just going to get loud. I'm going to crash out so hard this video because they're just fucking scumbags. And it's almost worse this time because for like a day, for a moment, I thought that maybe they were going to get their act together. They were going to start flying straight. But clearly I'm a fool. And it's getting to the point where it feels like my brain is melting, covering this fucking franchise, because that's what they want. They want the stupidest motherfuckers to buy into their shit, but I'm not gonna let them. I'm just not. So without further ado, let's get right on into the meat and potatoes, because viewer, I got a lot I want to get off my chest. Why did the screen just go black and white? What? You unlock this door with the key of frustration. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of lag. A dimension of bugs. A dimension of stupid skins. Black Ops 7 leads to a future. Not a future that will be, but one that might be. This is not a new game. It's simply an extension of what began in the old one. It has patterned itself after every shitty Call of Duty that has come before. It has refinements, of course, technological advances, and a more sophisticated approach to the destruction of a gamer's psyche. But to the fanboys that defend this slop, there are two consistencies that have existed since the beginning of time. Logic is an enemy, truth is a menace. Portrait of a commentator known only by the handle Blame Truth. A lighthouse of reason in a stormy night of corporate bottom lines. But what he's about to uncover will haunt him down to the marrow of his bones. What looked like an oasis in a desert is about to be just another mirage, while the unblinking sun saps the last bit of life left from the player base. Submitted for your approval, a man in search of relief who's about to find himself knee-deep in the sands of the TRUTHLIGHT zone. Huh, that was weird. I just lost like a minute of time. And the room smells of cigarette smoke as well. I'm not sure what's going on there. Regardless, let's get right on into the meat and potatoes here, okay? So I want to talk about what Activision and Call of Duty are doing. And again, you probably didn't hear about this because no one's fucking talking about it. If I could just show you the hype of this game, and I mean, this is just a measurable metric. I'm not cherry picking this or whatever. I took the screenshot like yesterday. I mean, absolutely no one is bothering to even discuss Black Ops 7. Even with the, relatively good changes they've tried to do, they have managed about 16,000, not even 16,000 members discussing it across 3 different Black Ops 7 subreddits. It's just a fucking mess. Absolutely no one cares as far as I can tell. And who can blame them? They have been conditioned not to care for 6 fucking years. Anyway, I'm going to grab a Blamewiser. I'm going to spray some Febreze or something to get rid of the cigarette smoke smell. Don't know where that came from again. And then we are going to cover all of this stuff after a brief word from this video's sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by CyberGhost VPN. With over 38 million users worldwide, CyberGhost is one of the most trusted VPN providers on the market. It boasts a near perfect rating on Trustpilot with over 20,000 users rating it excellent And for good reason. So why do you need a VPN? Well, if you think incognito mode protects your privacy, you're wrong. Unfortunately, your internet provider, workplace, school, home Wi-Fi, and even the websites you visit can still track everything you do online, and that's just creepy. But that's where CyberGhost VPN comes in. It encrypts your internet traffic and reroutes it through secure servers in 100 plus countries, ensuring complete privacy and security. No one, not hackers, not your ISP, not even CyberGhost itself can see what you do online. With CyberGhost, you can access 40 plus streaming platforms, including Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, and enjoy content from all different countries in just a few clicks. I personally use mine to watch AEW on the Triller app, which is not available in the US, and that's been a lifesaver for me because I like my wrestling. CyberGhost works on your PC, your phone, and whatever other device you have, and up to 7 people can use it, so you can share it with friends and family and protect them as well. So guys, hit up the link in the video description to grab an 84% discount plus 4 months free, plus with a 45-day money-back guarantee and 24/7 customer support. You can try it completely risk-free. Don't wait, click the link, download CyberGhost VPN, and start protecting your digital life today. Alrighty, let's open that motherfucker right up. Thank you, CyberGhost, for the sponsor, by the way, but let's just get right on into this, and let me show you this for some context. Alright, back in August, Call of Duty said this: operator skins, and weapons from Black Ops 6 will no longer carry forward into Black Ops 7. We did some research on this, and this was the plan, I think, like from the beginning. This was not something they did because they were listening to us. This is something they did because they want to maximize profits. They want you to buy the same shit over and over again. And I'll link that video where I did all this kind of investigation at the end of this one. It'll be on the right side of the end screen if you want to watch that after this particular commentary. But this is just one of those things that looks like they're listening, but they're not, because pretty much everyone wanted a skin filter. Nobody wanted, like, no carry forward whatsoever. There are some good skins. There's, like, the John Black Ops skin. I think the Peter Stormare Replacer skin is just fine. There are a lot of decent ones, but how about just, like, a skin filter to make it only military and or realistic skins only, or only default skins? But, you know, of course, they didn't fucking do that. They are doubling down on the fact that they're listening to us and that Black Ops 7 will be more grounded, and in the Black Ops, you know, universe, it'll feel like a Black Ops game, yada yada. But before the game even comes out, I have caught these stupid motherfuckers, these narcissistic fucks, in another bold-faced lie. What I'm about to show you, I mean, dude, I feel insulted because I really wanted to like Black Ops 7. I really did. I was excited for a couple of days there. And now I'm back to just being pissed because these people cannot get their fucking story straight. Take a look at this shit. Call of Duty is releasing a Little Caesars operator along with their partnership with them. We saw them plugging Little Caesars endlessly at their fucking COD Next event, along with like 15 other products, which it's just weird to me, first and foremost, because they're trying to sell you a product, but they're trying to sell you 15 other products. I don't know. I mean, my sponsors don't want other sponsors in the same video. You know what I mean? So I don't really understand what they were doing there, but this is what they are releasing with the Little Caesars deal for Black Ops 7. This might not look that bad at first. The charms and the emblems, whatever. But if we take a closer look, this gets worse. Like, the longer I look at it, the worse it gets. Let's zoom in, okay? Yes, that is a hot and ready breadstick emoji on the chest of this operator. Uh-huh. And if you take a closer look at the actual camo here, it's fucking melted cheese and pizza sauce. Maybe you think that's not that bad. Maybe you think that's funny. Isn't that funny? Isn't pizza for, like, $5. It's not even $5 anymore, is it? Fucking inflation. Isn't cheap pizza funny, though? I mean, hell, let's take it one step further and get some of the customers as skins. Let's do it. The single mom with like 9 children. I've seen broads walk into a Little Caesars with like 6 kids hanging off their fucking back. 2 of the youngest ones attached to both nipples, and then another one straight up coming out of her pussy while she's waiting on a fucking pepperoni hot and ready. That's kind of disgusting. I apologize. But the point is, man, this is just like the cheap way for a single mom to feed her seeds. Anyway, this comes after Treyarch themselves, like literally a month ago, they said this. Let's just read it verbatim and then go back to that fucking Little Caesar skin because there's something else you missed about it, all right? Speaking in an interview, Treyarch's senior director of production, Yale Miller, reportedly admitted that they're not necessarily aiming for quote-unquote grounded cosmetics, potentially leaving the door open for some of the types of wackiness we've seen from Black Ops 6 and other previous games. Vaguely, Miller says they will gun for skins that feel Black Ops. He pointed to the mannequin skins from a Black Ops 6 event as an example of something that doesn't fit the universe, which doesn't really make sense because the mannequins have always been in Nuketown. If anything, that does fit the universe. Does this motherfucker even play his own game? Don't answer that. Anyway, there are opportunities that we have had lined up that, after some of our conversations, we straight up turned down. Big brands, big things. And we're like, no, we're not going to do that because it just doesn't fit. All intentions are to stick to stuff that we can hand on our heart, say, yeah, that feels Black Ops. That's really our goal. And I think that's a good clarification versus grounded. So you're going to sit there with your hand on your heart and say that this melted cheese, hot and ready across the chest like they're waiting on a load from Peter North's skin, is Black Ops. That feels Black Ops. It gets worse, though. If we take another kind of look at this from another vantage point, we see a motherfucking pizza cutter on their tactical belt. Guys, I'm not trying to find things just to complain about them. I am not. But when like a dev says one thing 1 month, and then a month later, it is completely and utterly proven untrue, and it's proven that this dev is a liar, I am going to get upset. Let me take a swig of my beer here because I want to rant for just a second. Look, for a day or 2 even, I was kind of excited for Black Ops 7. Like, I kind of was excited that they were finally trying. Yeah, Battlefield 6 forced them to do it, but at the end of the day, at least they were finally doing it. And then the first thing I see, not 2 weeks later, with no one really even talking about it, is them trying to slip a Little Caesars dumb skin under the rug, like right under our noses. Like I'm sorry. This is a complete and utter lie. I'm going to put it on screen again. And then I'm going to put the Little Caesar skin on the screen again. And I'm going to say, how does this feel Black Ops? You are all a bunch of liars. And I'm tired of it. Like, I said I would try Black Ops 7. I don't even want to now. Like, guys, I really have been trying. I was going to give them the benefit of the doubt and a good old-fashioned college try, but before the game even comes out, we are being flat out lied to. I don't care if you're the biggest Call of Duty fanboy on God's green earth. If you see this Little Caesars collab skin and you see what this dev said, tell me something is not horribly misaligned there. At the very least, they lied to the dev. And by they, I mean the suits and ties that run the show at Activision. And they make him look like a liar. It's not a new thing. Check this out from Joseph and the Mime. The Mime for Modern Warfare 2019 said there would be some big overhaul. She addressed the rumor about some big overhaul coming to Modern Warfare 2019. And then Joseph said it was made up. And then the mime got a lot of flack, as did Joseph, because, like, the community does not like being lied to. And you know what? That kind of goes for Battlefield as well. Like, they said Portal was going to be, like, a way to earn XP, like, you know, even though it's custom games and stuff like that. And yet they have kind of walked that back lately because of all of the people boosting in Portal. Are they going to fix it? I don't know. I hope so. I hope that they eventually acknowledge it, but as it stands right now, a lot of people that depended on Portal or wanted to play Portal for XP are up shit creek without a paddle, and it's not right. I'm gonna call this stuff out regardless of the game studio. I hope you guys realize that. I hope you guys realize that I will never be invited to these events because I simply speak the truth. I call stuff out. I remain impartial. I understand I'm leaving like 6 figures on the table, so maybe I'm just an idiot. Maybe I should just suck all of these companies and these games' dicks, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. Again, maybe I'm stupid as hell, but God, man. It gets worse, though. There's more after this cringy Little Caesar skin that they already walked back on before the game has even come out. Let's take a look at this. So what you are seeing is the like to dislike ratio, as best I can tell with my extension, of the new replacer ad campaign for Black Ops 7. Man, how do I even describe what the hell this is and why it's garnering so much hate? Let me try to break down what I watched, and I only watched it once, so forgive me if certain details are missing, but so it starts out with like Jake Paul, and he's set to go to space, and then there's Huda set to go to space. Huda? Who the fuck is that? Sorry. I don't know who the fuck that is, though. And then they go to space with the replacer, but then like Jake Paul gets ejected or something, and then it cuts back to like Terry Crews and this other broad who I'm guessing is some sort of celebrity on a phone, and then they hop in a Black Ops 7 like Dodge Charger Challenger. I'm not sure which one it is, sorry. And then they drive off. What the hell is that? It's like the script was written by AI or something. Oh, well, this guy says the same thing, and it probably was, to be completely honest. But yeah, if we look at more of the comments, I mean, Activision never misses an opportunity to miss. First baddie in space. Lord, just end me right here. I'm done. I genuinely cannot believe this is Call of Duty I grew up with. First baddie in space. This series needs to die. Doesn't matter. Let's move. COD, a straight meme at this point. We as a population have just witnessed the absolute bottom of the barrel of Activision. Who was that? Dead franchise. I love that Battlefield quote has just gone viral when making fun of Call of Duty. I have had many regrets in my life. Watching this is the biggest one. Activision, hey ChatGPT, write me a hype ad for Black Ops 7 aimed at the 5 to 12 age range. ChatGPT, say no more, fam. Who was that? Doesn't matter. Let's move. First Black Ops trailer where I don't need to call the replacer. I'd rather go to my job than play BO7. This is worse than the fucking medics on my team in this gameplay. I'm crashing out in the chat here because, good God, the worst medics ever. Just the worst medics ever. I got revived more by this random guy in my squad, that Chicken Morris dude, than I did the medics on my team. It's like they weren't even looking at the... I don't know. Regardless, these people will be on Black Ops 7, I'm sure, buying the replacer skin for the 5th time, waiting on their Little Caesars to get delivered to their door. So what do I know? They'll be gone soon, and maybe I'll get some good medics. But maybe they won't. Maybe like people are just sticking to Battlefield, even if they prefer Call of Duty this year, because I don't know what else to say. They're completely tone deaf. I think they saw, this is just me spitballing, okay? This is a wild theory. But I think this is what actually happened here, okay? Hear me out. I genuinely think that Activision watched the celebrities getting blown up Battlefield 6 trailer, saw the good reception that it got, and then decided to try to make something like it, but they used an AI-generated script, and they had to put their "how do you do, fellow kids" spin on it, where they completely missed the fucking point because they're not cool, they're not hip, they don't know what the hell is going on. As far as like gamers go or society goes, they're in their little bubbles. They're literally run by a bunch of suit and ties that sit in their hot tubs all day and watch, reruns of Frasier. They have no idea what the fuck is going on in the actual world. They are disconnected from society. But I think they saw this Battlefield 6 trailer and they tried to replicate it incredibly poorly. They're like, hey, nobody likes Jake Paul. Let's put him in this ad and then launch him into space. Well, you still hired the goofy-looking Q-tip motherfucker to start with. Is he gonna challenge the replacer to a boxing match next, a la Mike Tyson? I mean, God, I think Peter Stormare is old enough, but it doesn't work. You have all these other celebrities in the trailer, and it just comes across as this desperate attempt to be cool. You're not cool. Everyone at Activision, listen to me. I'm trying to be nice to you and give you a tip. You're all cringy fucking losers. Okay, stop. Just stop. Go back to what made you great in 2012. They had some crossovers for Black Ops 2's trailer or whatever, but it was YouTubers. It was people on YouTube that played Call of Duty. It was FPS Russia and iJustine. That was a bit of a reach there, but regardless, it was YouTubers. It was people that the people watching it could relate to. People that, at least played or mentioned Call of Duty on their channel. And now we have this. Why have Terry Crews and the blonde broad drive away in a Black Ops 7 Dodge muscle car from the 70s, 60s? What does it have to do with anything? It's just they're trying to be cool so bad. Hey, let's get a cool muscle car and put Black Ops 7 on it. That'll make Black Ops 7 cool by association. Dude, I swear, you would think that maybe they would try a little bit harder with their marketing. Maybe they would stop AI generating stuff, because it's clear as day. I'm sorry, but it really appears like this script was AI generated. And I'm not the only one that thinks that. I truly think they would stoop that low to try to get people to fall for their garbage again. But you know what? There's one good thing about it. The release of the game is not until the 14th. I have time to just play Battlefield 6 and enjoy myself, and I wish the BR the best. I'm not a fan of BR, as you guys know, but I wish the game the best, and I hope the BR takes off and it gets Warzone into gear as well, or it downright kills it for that matter. That'd be cool too. But, overall, I'm just glad that I get time away from Call of Duty, and I get time away from Black Ops 7, and I can just enjoy Battlefield 6. I'm really loving this game. It's still super fun to me. I can't wait for Season 1. And, yeah, I get to even vacation a little bit. I think I'm going to take a little vacation before Black Ops 7 comes out. And the best thing, the very best thing of all, is there's time now. There's time enough at last. Oh, hang on. I just got a text from an unknown number. Hopefully it's not Ghostface again. But it's just a link to a Twitter post. So let me just check this out. What is this? The new Black Ops 6 Season 6 event was shortened. The Tapes of Terror event now ends on November 10th, which was previously set to end on November 14th. Huh. Well, that's interesting, but that doesn't mean it's moving up in its release date or anything. Black Ops 7, I mean, there's no way. They've pretty much set it in stone. November 14th, I have plans to take a break from this shitty fucking franchise and go on a vacation. Right? Oh shit, I just got texted again. Another link, but this time to a Vice article. Call of Duty Black Ops 7 could get new release date according to BO7 leak. A new leak claims that Call of Duty Black Ops 7 could be releasing sooner than it was originally planned to. If true, the launch date for COD BO7 will have a new release date that moves it up by a week! However, does this rumor actually have a chance of being real? The latest update was first reported on by a prolific COD leaker, Ghost of Hope. In an October 20th post on X, the insider revealed a cryptic rumor he had recently heard about BO7 getting a potential new release date. According to the leaker, BO7 would actually be launching a week earlier if the leaks he is hearing about are true. That's not fair. That's not fair at all. There was time now. That's not fair. The best laid plans of mice and men. And blame Truth, the man who wanted nothing but time to enjoy a good FPS. Blame Truth, now just a part of the smashed landscape, just a piece of the rubble, similar to the destruction of the Battlefield match he just uploaded to YouTube. Mr. BT, forced to play awful Call of Duty games in the TRUTHLIGHT zone. Guys, don't forget to click on the link in the video description to get the special discount for CyberGhost VPN. This application will protect your data while you browse and give you full access to all blocked content on the internet for only $2.03 a month. Totally risk-free. Check it out. Link in the description.